I think where the rubber really meets the road for traditional private equity is what you've seen over the last few years, especially from 2022 and beyond, where exit environments have really, let's say, decelerated, dried up. At different points in time, you become, quite dried up. There's kind of that question of, okay, you've been holding this company at a certain valuation on your books. You can still say that you have multiple years time horizon left to hold it, but if you don't have any buyers willing to pay the price that you're holding that company at, is it really actually worth that?
But there's two things that have been a recent development and to address exactly what you're talking about. The first is, well, we've always had secondaries, but now we have tertiaries. And then I can't for the life of me remember what they rephrase it, but it's essentially the idea of a private equity firm selling a, a portfolio company to another private equity firm to put into the next vintage of their fund. So not purely a secondary per se, but like an exit from fund A,
Yeah.
and then it becomes a new position in fund B. That is another creative way that private equity has found to resolve the exit problem. A tertiary market beyond secondaries, and then this idea of the purchasing portfolio companies and just selling it to the next vintage of the fund, so that you have the exit from fund A to be
Yeah.
able to put into fund B.
I think continuation vehicles is
That's what it is. Continuation vehicles.
it's
Yeah.
definitely been an interesting innovation. And I think,
Is it
I've heard of,
innovation though, or is it just sneaky marketing and sneaky packaging to solve a problem?
yeah, we'll call it a creative way to generate some kind of distribution to LPs that are hungry for those distributions at
Yes.
this point in the cycle. I think
Yes.
there's kind of that golden age of private equity, probably culminated in 2021 when everything was healthy, fundraising was strong, deals were being done, exits were being realized, cash was being distributed back to investors, and I think 2021 was kind of the peak for that. It's definitely been a lot slower since then. I think LPs are definitely pretty hungry for liquidity, hungry for those distributions, and in some cases, those GPs need to get pretty creative about how to generate them.